Hey traders, ever wondered if your trading strategy actually holds up over time? In this tutorial, we'll take you beyond the basics of trading with bots and show you how to really put your strategy to the test. TradeLocker Studio is a tool inside the TradeLocker desktop app that lets you build, customize, and backtest trading bots with no coding skills needed. You can start from scratch, tweak existing strategies, and get help from the built-in chatbot. If you haven't downloaded the desktop app yet, head to tradelocker.com/desktop. We already covered how to navigate the interface and run basic backtests. Now, let's take it one step further. In this video, we'll show how to read the backtest results, spot what needs improving, make changes in the code, and test again, all in one place. Let's say you found a strategy that looks promising. Before running it live, you'll want to backtest it to see how it would have performed in the past. Let's head over to the Bot Studio. Here you can create a new bot, generate one with AI, or explore existing bots in the marketplace. Let's click Create a New Bot. You'll be dropped into a default mean reversion strategy, but before touching the code, let's walk through the interface. On the left, you'll find the AI chatbot. It can answer questions about the code, backtesting, or general trading concepts. In the center, there's the code for your strategy. On the right, you'll see the versions of your backtest. Right now, it's empty, so let's run our first backtest. By clicking on the blue backtest button, a new window will pop up with 5 mandatory parameters to run a backtest: margin, instrument, resolution, and the start and end date of the backtest. The margin will define how much money the strategy will have available to trade. Don't worry, this doesn't affect your actual balance, this is just for testing. With the instrument, you decide which instrument you will test the strategy on. Here you will see all the instruments provided to you by your broker. Let's stick to Bitcoin USD. For the resolution, you can choose 1 minute, 5 minute, 15-minute chart, and so on. For now, let's say 15 minutes. Finally, set the time range for the test. Right now, I only want to test 1 month's worth of data. For example, from April 14th to May 14th, 2025. Keep in mind that bots run locally on your computer. Your code stays private, but if you put your device to sleep, the bot stops running. Also, the data related to historic runs of this bot is available on this device only. All right, let's click on Run to start the backtest. Great, looks like we got some pretty good results. The backtest results are in the middle of the screen. The bot's name and the test parameters are at the top. Then there is the ROI, or your total return. The win ratio, which shows you the percentage of your profitable trades. Max drawdown shows you what the biggest decrease from a peak to a throw was. Here we can see it was 11.37%, or $1,137. And time in market, which shows you the time you had a position open during this backtest. Below, you can see the logs, which can be useful for fixing or improving your code. Here you can check how your equity and available cash moved through time and how much each trade made or lost. For example, the largest loss here was $589. There's also a chart showing entries and exits, with green arrows symbolizing buys and red arrows symbolizing sells. To better view this chart, you can move around, zoom, and use crosshairs to inspect specific trades. Further down, there are detailed tables with performance stats, useful for more advanced analysis. Every time you run a backtest, it's saved on the right-hand panel. Let's run another one, this time with a 30-minute resolution. Now you'll see both versions listed. Click any version to view its results and logs. Logs show the most details about your strategy. You will see an order being created, submitted, accepted, and completed. Its size, price, execution price, and other information. If an order is rejected, you will see the reason here, which can help you with figuring out what to modify in the code. Click the 3 dots next to a version to open a menu. View results, view code, rerun backtest with current code, launch bot, and new bot from this code, as well as delete. If you click View Code, you'll see the differences between the saved version and your current code. In this case, we haven't changed anything, so there aren't any differences. Let's change something in the code and see what happens. I will change the period over which the simple moving average is calculated from 25 to 27. Then let's click Backtest again. You'll see updated results based on the new logic. Now, if we compare it to the previous version and click View Code, the difference is highlighted. You can also revert to any previous version of the code directly from this view. Click Rerun Backtest with current code. It uses your current code but keeps the same parameters from the selected version, meaning same start and end date, margin, etc. For example, if we change the value from 25 to 27 in the code and click Rerun Backtest with current code, it will use the same 15-minute resolution as before, but now with the updated value of 27. That is why we got different results this time. You can create a copy of the bot that was used in this version by clicking New Bot from this code. This will allow you to edit this code without disrupting the previous backtest. This is now a new bot entirely, and you can see that the backtest versions have disappeared. If you want to go back to the previous bot, click on Open and click on the desired bot. Then click Open Bot. If there's a version you don't want, just click the 3 dots and hit Delete. When you're confident in your strategy, you can go live. Click the 3 dots and choose Launch Bot. Now, when you enter the margin, select the instrument and resolution. Your real balance will be used. By clicking Launch, the trade panel will open. Here you can see how long the bot has been running, what was the last trade that the bot made, as well as the margin usage and current P and L. Click Stop Bot to end the session. If you don't see logs, click the 3 dots and choose View Logs. Now, let's say the strategy is too risky, and you want to add another indicator into the equation, for example, the RSI. Let's go back to the studio. You could simply ask the chatbot, could you also implement RSI into the strategy? The chatbot will respond with the code and explanations. Click the snippet to preview the changes. If you're happy, click Apply Changes. Now, your strategy is using both RSI and Simple Moving Average. Let's backtest it again with the same time period. We should get different results. Yes, this new version makes fewer trades, but it's more stable with lower drawdown. For those of you who want to know more, let me explain in more detail what's going on in the code of a trading bot. Params is where you define any parameters that will be used later on in the code, like SMA period or order quantity. Below that is the init function, which is used to initialize indicators or any other variables that might come in handy and you want to attach to the instance of this class. Below that is the next function. It executes the most important part of your code, making orders. It runs every time a candle closes and checks if the bot should enter a trade. If yes, it is logged that a buy order is being created. It's initiated and stored in the order variable of this class. The notify order function handles actions after orders are completed. In that case, the order variable connected to this class instance is set to none. This can be useful to control whether or not there is only one order open at a time. And below that is the log function, which is used to create logs containing the date, time, and the text to make the logs easier to read. And that's it for backtesting in TradeLocker Studio. You've now seen how to create and edit bots as well as run and analyze backtests to improve your bot before launching it. We can't wait for you to try out the studio and let us know your feedback.